As former President Donald Trump threatens to bail on his scheduled debate against Vice President Kamala Harris in early September, the clock is rapidly ticking on Harris's promise to sit down for an interview by the end of August. Welcome to the No Spin Zone. Graphs Grievances starts right now. Now comes the hard part. After a flawless Democratic National Convention in which the American people saw the best of Vice President Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party, Harris faces at least two major obstacles between now and Election Day. Months ago, Harris and Trump agreed to hold their first, and so far only, scheduled debate on September 10th. The showdown on ABC, presenting both an opportunity and risk for Harris and Trump to one-up their opponent as voters start casting their early ballots. But this weekend, Trump threatening to skip the debate as Harris increases her lead on Trump in both national and swing state polls. However, regardless of the nonsense Trump is now posting on social media, I can almost guarantee you he will show up to debate Harris on September 10th. And that is because the debate offers Trump his best opportunity to halt and potentially reverse Harris's momentum. So why is Trump threatening to not debate Harris? Because he is desperate to shift attention back to himself after Harris dominated media coverage last week with her spectacular convention. And while this latest Trump ploy is certainly getting him some attention, as evidenced by the fact that I am talking about it, Trump could very soon be in for some luck entirely of Harris's own making. Since the vice president announced she was running for president 5 weeks ago, she has not sat down for an interview or held a news conference. But earlier this month, Harris said she would, quote, get an interview scheduled before the end of the month. And while that doesn't exactly mean Harris will agree to be interviewed in the next 5 days, the press will literally erupt if she does not. As I have previously said here, from a political standpoint, there is no reason Harris should do an interview or hold a press conference. When you are rising in the polls, the key is to not do anything that could jeopardize your momentum. But since Harris said she will do an interview, she now kind of has to do it. And to those who think it's just an interview, Harris will be fine, that is not necessarily the case. Time and again, Harris has proven to not be an adept interviewee, and Trump and his supporters in the media will amplify anything she says that might be even slightly off. And that is before they selectively cut and twist her words. One way the Harris team could try to reduce the chance she slips up is by granting the high-stakes conversation to a friendly interviewer. But my guess is that Harris believes she has something to prove and will go with a traditional broadcast network such as ABC, NBC, or CBS, or CNN. And should she choose one of those outlets, you can be sure Harris will be asked a series of tough questions, such as, what was President Biden's biggest mistake? What would she have done differently from President Biden? In addition to those prickly questions, Harris will be asked to explain her extensive history of changing her positions on key issues, especially when it appeared politically convenient. During Harris's 2020 presidential run, she embraced the idea of single-payer health care system. Now, Harris says she is against Medicare for all. In 2020, Harris said she supported abolishing ICE, Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. Now, Harris is vowing to crack down on illegal immigration and fight for greater border security. Harris also flip-flopped on the death penalty, arguing against capital punishment as District Attorney of San Francisco before promising to enforce the death penalty as California's Attorney General. On legalizing marijuana for recreational use, Harris was against it and then for it, and now it's unclear where she stands. Harris also recently saying that she no longer supports banning fracking or mandatory gun buyback programs, both of which she previously supported. I believe it is a great strength for anyone to be able to change their opinion about something when they learn more information or hear another perspective. But the problem for Harris, and the problem I have had with Harris since she arrived on the national scene, is that her dramatic shifts on so many issues suggest she has few core beliefs. What is Harris's governing philosophy? How does she make decisions about what is right and wrong, good and bad? Of course, these are very high-class problems to have when the alternative to Harris is not only a terrible, horrible human being, but openly aspires to be a dictator and never leave office again. Thank you for watching Graf's Grievances. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, share, and join me in the next one.